Have you ever imagined robots taking over the job of milking cows? Today, this isn't science fiction, it's reality. From milking to bottling and distribution, every step is smooth, automatic, and timed to the second, all managed remotely by human operators. So how exactly does this robotic milking system work? Let's find out in today's video. The most obvious change brought by robotic milking is the complete elimination of manual milking and semi-automated methods, once time-consuming and labor-intensive. Now, precise, fast, and continuous robotic systems do the job. Human involvement? Only to monitor and ensure smooth operation, intervening only if something needs adjustment. The robot, known as the automatic milking system, is a smart device that safely detects, cleans, and milks the cow's udder. Its biggest advantage? It knows when the cow wants to be milked and how much milk is expected, avoiding stress or injury to the animal. Using advanced sensors, the robot locates the teats and guides robotic arms to attach the milking cups. The entire process is controlled by central software from the operator's booth, ensuring cleanliness and pinpoint accuracy. The milking process connects seamlessly with cooling, filtration, and storage systems. As the milk is drawn, it's immediately filtered to remove impurities and then chilled to 4 degrees Celsius to preserve freshness. This entire process is fully enclosed, the milk never touches outside air, guaranteeing hygiene right from the start. Once cooled, it moves to the quality inspection unit. Here, technicians test for freshness, fat content, bacterial load, and any trace antibiotics to ensure it meets health regulations. Then comes packaging. Robots measure the exact volume, fill sterilized containers, seal them, and double-check for airtight closures. The packaging environment is sterile and sealed, preserving the milk's natural taste and nutritional value. Once packed, the milk is ready for widespread distribution. But it doesn't stop there. Some factories are now integrating AI and data analytics directly into their milking robots. These upgraded systems track milk output, milking frequency, and even the individual health of each cow. Farmers can then customize schedules to match each animal's physical condition. Data helps detect early signs of common diseases like mastitis or stress-related issues, improving animal health and overall productivity. Thanks to robotic milking, cows are milked based on their natural physiological rhythm, reducing stress and increasing milk yield. Plus, it extends the animal's lifespans. Less human activity and more automation also mean quieter barns and a calmer living space for the herd. Studies show that robot-milked cows often produce more milk of better and more consistent quality. These systems can also detect abnormalities in milk temperature, color, or somatic cell count, a key health indicator of the udder. This ensures that only high-standard milk, fit for export and consumer safety, makes it to market. So, can everyday farmers adopt this model as a startup opportunity? While the upfront investment is high, the long-term returns can be impressive. Yes, you'll need significant capital and basic tech know-how. And yes, improper maintenance can cause system failures. But with automated monitoring, you'll reduce the risk of disease outbreaks, lower contamination, and cut labor costs, resulting in a much faster return on investment. Even better, the model is scalable. You can start small and grow with your herd. With real-time data and automation, farmers can make quicker decisions and respond to risks more effectively. This is the future of agriculture: smarter, more sustainable, and high in added value. Thanks to robotic support, consumers are getting closer than ever to clean, traceable, high-quality milk. This isn't just automation, it's a massive leap in agricultural evolution, shifting from manual labor to intelligent systems. With improved productivity, quality control, and animal welfare, robotic milking is helping shape a more sustainable, safe, and farmer-friendly livestock model. And in the near future, this model is expected to grow even more advanced and widespread. The dairy industry is one of the key sectors in the United States, driving the growth of dairy cattle farming. At farms, farmers apply special care techniques to keep dairy cows healthy and boost milk production. So, today, let's explore the secrets of how dairy cows are cared for in massive farms. There are over 800 dairy cow breeds worldwide, with Holstein Friesian being the most prominent, a black and white breed renowned for its exceptional milk yield, reaching up to 10,000 liters per year. As a result, this breed has become the top choice for large-scale dairy farms globally, from Europe and the United States to Asian countries like Japan and Vietnam. However, a superior breed is only part of the equation. To ensure abundant and high-quality milk, a scientific nutrition regimen is essential. An adult cow requires about 30, 40 kilograms of fresh grass daily, combined with 10-15 kilograms of a mixed feed containing corn, bran, vitamins, minerals, and 70-150 liters of water. Nowadays, at modern farms, diets are managed using TMR technology, which blends ingredients in optimal ratios, with software monitoring each cow's intake to ensure they eat the right menu, at the right time, and in the right amount. Additionally, cows living in comfortable, clean, and low-stress environments produce more milk of better quality. As a result, many farms invest in cooling systems, smart fans, massage machines, relaxing music, and more to cater to their herds. In Israel, one of the global leaders in milk productivity, each cow can produce up to 12,000 liters per year, thanks to high-tech living conditions. It doesn't stop there. To ensure optimal quality, each cow is equipped with an identification chip and a device that monitors its health 24/7. These sensors provide data on everything from heart rate, body temperature, and step count to rest time and feed intake. If abnormalities, such as signs of illness or loss of appetite, are detected, the system automatically sends alerts for timely veterinary intervention. A study from Cornell University shows that health monitoring technology reduces the risk of disease by 40% while boosting milk productivity by 15-20%. At large farms like TH True Milk or Vena Milk Organic, each cow has its own electronic medical record, tracking its health from birth to the end of its milking period. When can milk be harvested? Dairy cows typically start producing milk after their first calving, which usually occurs around 24-30 months of age. After a milking cycle, cows are given a rest period of about 2 months to recover before the next calving. Milking today is a fully automated process. Automatic milking machines identify the udder, clean it with warm water and UV light, then gently extract milk using pressure that mimics natural suckling. During milking, the system records data such as milk yield per udder, milking time, milk temperature, and color to immediately detect any abnormalities. The milk is then channeled through a closed pipeline system to a cooling tank at 4 degrees Celsius in under 2 minutes, preserving freshness and preventing bacterial contamination. At large farms, each milking session can yield 10-12 liters of milk per cow, with a total daily production of up to 30 liters per cow. Before processing, each batch of milk undergoes rigorous testing, measuring microbial levels, protein, fat, and lactose content, checking for somatic cells, and testing for antibiotic residues. Only when all parameters meet standards is the milk sent to the processing line. Currently, 2 common milk processing methods are used. UHT sterilization. Milk is rapidly heated to 135-150 degrees Celsius for 2-4 seconds, eliminating all bacteria, allowing it to be stored for up to 6 months without refrigeration. Pasteurization. Milk is heated to 72 degrees Celsius for 15 seconds, preserving more enzymes and vitamins but requiring refrigeration and having a shelf life of 7-10 days. After processing, the milk is packaged in a sterile environment using multi-layer packaging, which preserves flavor and blocks UV rays. Some brands also include QR codes for consumers to trace the milk's origin. Finally, the milk is transported in refrigerated trucks to supermarkets and convenience stores. In many developed countries like New Zealand, the Netherlands, and Japan, milk distribution systems use milk box technology, automated milk dispensers similar to vending machines, allowing people to buy fresh milk directly from farms just hours after milking.
The United States is one of the countries with the largest livestock industries in the world, with tens of millions of cattle, of which dairy cows account for more than 9 million. The dairy industry is one of the important industries in the United States, so it leads to the development of the dairy farming industry. On farms, farmers apply special care tips to help dairy cows stay healthy and produce more milk. So, today, let's explore with us the secret tips for caring for dairy cows on farms in the United States. Dairy farms aim to have healthy and productive cows. To achieve this, farmers need to monitor the cow's fertility, health, and milk production. This may sound easy, but it is challenging to implement. Therefore, depending on the farm, farmers apply different methods. American farmers often invest in barn improvements to improve the living environment for dairy cows. Using comfortable bedding such as high-quality straw helps prevent joint problems and infections. Because muddy and damp barns cause cows to be stressed and susceptible to hoof and joint diseases, leading to loss of appetite and reduced fertility. The cowshed should be kept clean, dry, and large enough to allow the cows to lie down comfortably without being crowded. In addition, the cowshed should be kept quiet, as dairy cows are sensitive to loud noises and sudden movements. Ventilation is also important on dairy farms in the US, as it helps prevent respiratory diseases and keeps cows comfortable. Cows are susceptible to heat stress, which can lead to reduced milk quality. So, some farms use fans and misters to keep them cool and ensure shade when they are outdoors. One of the tips for caring for dairy cows in the US is to keep cows in small groups, not to shake the herd too much because that also causes stress for cows. Minimize isolation for cows that are being treated or need to be monitored, including dairy cows in the breeding period. Keep a close distance from other cows to reduce stress for dairy cows that need to be monitored. Providing nutritious feed is also one of the important tips for taking care of dairy cows, as well as milk production process. Feed cost accounts for 50 to 60% of the total cost of milk production. Moreover, the specific nutritional components provided not only directly affect the milk volume, but also affect the profitability and overall health of dairy cows. Therefore, farmers often use high-quality feed to provide cows. High-quality silage and hay are commonly used on dairy farms in the United States. They provide a balance of fiber, protein, and energy in the cow's diet. The roughage must be clean and free of mold, as spoiled feed can be detrimental to digestion and overall health. American farmers also need to ensure that cows have enough water each day to produce milk. High-quality dairy cows can drink up to 100 liters of water per day. Therefore, it is important to ensure that there is enough space around the water trough, especially during peak hours, so that all cows have the opportunity to drink without competition. Provide clean water to ensure that the water is free of contaminants such as algae and bacteria. Clean water improves digestion, which is essential for milk production. In the dairy industry, optimizing udder health is essential to improve animal welfare, production efficiency, and reduce antibiotic use. However, achieving these improvements requires farmers to have specialist knowledge of treatment, milking, infection control, and animal resilience. The milking areas also feature modern systems to reduce stress on the cows and ensure the highest quality milk. Each high-quality dairy cow can produce around 45 liters of milk per day, and the milking systems are also regularly cleaned to prevent bacterial contamination, which can reduce the quality of the milk. Milk after being milked is stored in containers and quickly preserved for transport to the processing plant. Milk should only be transported on the same day to ensure high quality. Every year, people consume about 150 million tons of milk worldwide, mostly fresh milk that has been processed and pasteurized. After being processed, the milk is usually bottled and distributed throughout the region. You can easily buy any bottle of cow's milk in supermarkets in the US and around the world, because milk has become a popular drink all over the world. Do you think cacti are just houseplants or vegetation that grows on dry land? Yes, because they are actually drought-tolerant plants, which is great for those who are lazy about watering their plants. But wait! You are missing out on a really great use for this plant, which is as cow feed. It may sound strange, but cacti are actually one of the sustainable sources of food for cows, especially in areas with water shortages. Today, we will explore this interesting fact. cactus. Just hearing the name makes us feel the thorns, right? Most of us know that cacti grow in extremely arid places. No one waters or cares for them, but they still live healthily like a warrior. They not only survive in harsh conditions, but also equip themselves with a thorny shell to protect themselves from all intrusions. Some species can even survive when the temperature reaches 40 degrees Celsius and still be awake. Growing cacti to feed cows? It sounds like a crazy idea, but it actually makes sense. If you are a smart farmer, you can grow cacti on land where no other plants can grow. It doesn't need much water. Poor soil? Cactus doesn't care. And cows will eat well, drink natural water without worrying about lack of food. So why not try it? Listen, you won't be a hard-working farmer when growing these cacti. In contrast to other plants that need fertile soil and lots of water, cacti are much easier. They can grow on poor soil, don't need much water, and importantly, become a useful food source for cows. The most popular cactus variety is Opuntia because they are least thorny and most delicious. The process of growing cacti is quite simple and does not require much investment. Simply take sections of cactus from a mature plant, at least 20 to 30 centimeters long, don't be too stingy. Bury them about 5 to 10 centimeters deep in the ground. Cactus plants root easily and thrive without much care. The only thing they need is loose, not waterlogged soil and a little water if it gets too dry. The cactus can be harvested after about 1 to 2 years, after which the plant will continue to grow for many more years. Unlike the harvesting process for other agricultural products, when harvesting cactus for cows, people will cut off large sections of the stem. But don't worry, the plant will grow back quickly from the base and they can harvest periodically. Therefore, the cows will be provided with a food source all year round. In order for the cows to be able to enjoy the cactus safely, the farmer will have to handle it a bit. Usually, large-scale cattle farms will use incinerators to remove the dangerous sharp thorns, avoiding injury to the cows. Therefore, if you see burnt cacti on the farm, don't think that there is a cactus barbecue party going on. In addition, they can remove the thorns by cutting or peeling. However, cows are smarter than you think. They rarely eat cactus that still have thorns. After removing the thorns, the cactus can be chopped and fed directly to the cows. Some farmers also grind or chop the cactus and mix it with dry feed in the appropriate proportion. Although cactus is low in protein, only about 5%, it is a perfect choice when combined with nutritious feed. So, why is cactus a perfect choice for raising cattle? First of all, it saves on feed costs, especially during droughts when other feed sources become scarce. An interesting comparison is that cactus contains up to 75% of the energy of corn, but costs 20 times less to produce in harsh semi-arid environments. A recent study in Brazil showed that replacing corn silage with cactus increased the production efficiency of dairy cows without affecting milk quality. In particular, other foods need to be preserved in dry or fermented form, but cacti can be preserved all year round without spoiling, still retaining the necessary amount of water. In addition, this food is also a source of vitamin A and a large amount of non-fibrous carbohydrates, NFC, which helps increase energy for livestock.